Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Well, I thought this time I'm gonna freestyle this, so there's no cuts, no edits, nothing, just pure raw footage. And so, what happened last week? Let me get my screen recorder on. Okay, there you go, I'm recording and yeah, everything's ready. Okay, so I have my tier list put out here. So what happened last weekend at the Japanese Grand Prix? Well, you remember the week before, not the week, the race before, there was a problem with Logan Sargent where, Alex Albon crashed. Excuse my cat chiseling, yelling in the background. So Alex Albon crashed, but they took Logan's car and gave it to Alex and told him to score points, but he couldn't. So he finished 11th despite 3 of the top scorers not finishing. So yeah. Well, that happened, and now this weekend everyone was feeling so bad, and then guess what? Logan Sargent just crashed it in P1. They managed to get his car sorted out, and P2 nothing much happened. P3 as well. P3 Mercedes were looking very good actually, but we all know how that ends up with that team as usual. So okay. Then comes the weekend. This qualifying is normal. So everyone expected, myself included, we expected Leclerc to put one of the best laps ever. Okay, before that, let me go from Q1. Bottas, he pulled an amazing lap. Like I think he was even in the top 10 with that time. It was crazy. Well played by Bottas actually. He outdrove that car. Meanwhile, his teammate Zhou Guanyu was in 20th. I mean, it's pretty sad at this point. I mean, okay, let's not discuss about qualifying. So qualifying was as normal. Max was on pole, Perez second in the first row, and there was Norris and Sainz, and then Alonso Piastri. Hamilton ahead of Leclerc. For the first time, Hamilton out-qualified Russell this season. So, and apparently this was the first time he was not running any experimental setups on his car, but we'll all see how that unfolds later on. So then comes the race. This was such a bad start. I mean, it's good for entertainment, but oh my god, Daniel Ricciardo, you remember I was saying that he needs to get his act together. He needs to not do any ding-dongs here or there. He needs to get things right. Well, as you know, I'm gonna start ranking him. He and Alex Albon came together lap 1, turn 1 or 2? Turn 2, I think. Yeah, turn 2. And I mean, I understand it's a racing incident. Daniel was looking at the other side because, on the other side it was Lance Stroll. I mean, who wouldn't watch out for Lance Stroll? So he probably had more tension on Lance Stroll because he was on the other side and he might do something stupid, so he had to react. But on the other side, Alex Albon shoved the nose of his half-broken car. I mean, what is he even thinking? Williams have 2 cars, just 2 chassis, and they just got one repaired and brought it back from, all the way from England back to Japan. The least he could do is keep that car safe. I know, I understand it is a racing incident, but my god, he has a lot more than just racing. And if there's a gap and you don't go for it, there's this bullshit saying, right? Like, apart from that, why couldn't he keep it safe? He shouldn't have taken that risk. He should have waited a lap or 2 and he could have gotten something done on Ricciardo. My god, I'm so annoyed that he did that because he shouldn't have crashed there. So because of that, I think I'm going to put these 2 in the C tier. I'm not going to put them on the D because there are 2 other drivers that go into the dog shit tier. At least one of them for sure goes there. So yeah, Alex Albon is going to be C, and I'm going to put, the thing is, I don't want to put Ricciardo. These 2 are equally dumb, okay? Daniel Ricciardo for only looking at one mirror, but it's understandable because if Lance Stroll is on one mirror and on the other mirror there's someone else, who do you think is going to do something stupid and which mirror would you focus on? I know as a racing driver you need to look at both, and it is also a lap 1 turn 1 incident, so because of that it's always carnage and chaos. More blame to Ricciardo, but I understand why he would have given more attention towards Lance Stroll because his reputation for doing something stupid surpasses all of these. So, okay, anyways, so these guys ended up their race like that. I'm gonna put them in C tier, not the worst of the worst, because there are worse people here, but not good performances by them. So the next, what happened? Zhou Guanyu, my god, this guy, how is he so far behind Bottas? I mean, I know Bottas he's doing his Kimi Raikkonen run and he's just chilling, he's just, wrapping up his career, and I mean, he can't even, you don't have to be better, but at least keep up with him. No, it annoys me so much. So Zhou Guanyu, I'm putting him in D tier because he's, I have no words. And next comes the other guy, Logan Sargent. He was driving very well until I don't know what happened. Why did he go to... It pisses me off. And it's Suzuka. It's a track that, I know everyone kind of messes up in Suzuka, but it's such a nice track. How do you not remember where you are on the racetrack? So I'm going to put Logan Sargent below these guys here. And then there is Pierre Gasly. I mean, I don't know where to start with Alpine. They already have a slow car. They brought upgrades. Okay, what are the responsibilities of this driver? To try to put the upgrades somewhere, put them somewhere in the middle of the pack. You don't have to be, right up the midfield, but don't be last. Do something. But no, they were on their own league. Gasly and Ocon, they were driving their own race, and they came together in the first lap, I think, or was it the first lap of the race start? But anyway, there was contact. They both suffered damage. Gasly had like massive flow damage, so that's why he was a snail, and Ocon was the strong of the two. But I'm putting them in C tier too. These guys, less dumber than Ricciardo and Albon, but regardless, it's a dumb drive from these guys. I don't know, there's so many stupid drives in this, and yeah. And Bottas is not, I think from the back markers, I would even put him in A tier. Seeing how the rest of the field turned up, I would put him there for not doing any crap, and especially during qualifying. His Q1 was amazing, Q2 wasn't the best, but still, he squeezed everything you can from that car. And wait, give me a moment, I have to take a sip of my drink. And no, I'm not drunk, I'm just drinking some water because my voice got a bit dry. And yeah, so Bottas goes in A. And next, who finished after Bottas? Oh, Magnussen. Magnussen did a great job actually. I would put him in B. Average drive, nothing too spectacular, but no major ding-dongs. So he's there. Next. Oh my god. How is he driving this Aston Martin, and how is he so far behind Fernando Alonso? I understand Fernando is probably one of the greatest, he's one of the greatest drivers of all time. Yes, but how could you be that far behind him in qualifying? Wait, in qualifying, this guy was in 16th. And meanwhile, Alonso was 5th. There's 11 places gap between these two. Oh my god, my English goes down the drain when I get pissed. So, okay, no, I should not get pissed. So, yeah, Lance Stroll is... I would put him in the bottom of the D tier. It's one of his worst drives ever. And he came on the radio and cried about the engine. That was also pretty annoying. Like... he was on soft tires, he was complaining, I know, but Fernando Alonso used those soft tires to do, how many laps did he go on the soft tires? I don't know, but he had a very long first stint. He was even on heavy fuel, and the least Lance could do is do half that distance without ruining his tires. Man, this guy annoys me so much. So yeah, I don't think any of these two guys deserve to be in F1. I mean, Joe, I have no idea because that car is also a trash can. But Lance Stroll, please, can we have a petition to get him out? I know his dad loves him a lot, but if he has a bit of common sense, I know he said he's a dad first and then a businessman later. If he has even a drop of common sense, I would kick him out and put someone else. I mean, he had 7 years in F1. He could have proved himself. He got a pole here or there. He started in the front row once, and that's it. He didn't have any other spectacular performances. Now, Nico Hülkenberg, I mean, 8-year drive. Well done from him. He didn't do anything wrong. Tried his best. Over to Lance Stroll. I mean, Lance Stroll had a good overtake. I forgot that. Was it in turn 7? I can't remember. But he did pull off a good overtake. I remember seeing it and I was like, is that Alonso? But no, it was Stroll. So I had to double check it if it was him. But yeah, he was in the soft tires and he had the tire advantage. But he did pull a good overtake there. Credit where credit is due. But a good overtake does not make you any better. That's like okay, I should not get so carried out with Stroll. Okay, now it's time for Yuki Tsunoda, my man. S-tier drive. I mean, I don't have to even explain myself. This guy is doing what he has to do. He put that team where it did not belong. Great drive from him. So yeah, Yuki almost had a perfect weekend. Like it was perfect. It was as perfect as he could have made it. So the next, Lewis Hamilton. He said he had damage with his contact with Charles Leclerc. Like I think on the restart he hit him and his front tires were degrading a bit faster. Yeah, that's what he said. I'm sorry, I'm recording this a bit later. I didn't have time, I lost my notes, so I had to make up notes again. And this is why. So yeah, Lewis Hamilton, he had damage. That's why at least he let George go through, because George could have potentially taken a position or two. But Mercedes strategy, oh my god, I should not go on another rant again, but Mercedes were good previously just because they had a good engine. Like Lewis Hamilton's previous world titles from them, it was just because they had a good engine, not because they had good strategy. I mean, they made some weird strategy calls, then they put him on the medium tire and he goes and gets it back. So that was the Mercedes strategy back then. Right now they did have a shit car and a shit engine, so the strategy does not work that well. I don't have to say anything else. And Oscar Piastri, same. I think I will also put him in the B tier. He drove really well. Oscar Piastri did not have I'm not sure, did he have a strategy blunder? Yeah, I think he did. And next, George Russell. Again, he was the better Mercedes driver. I would put him in A tier. But no, I would even put him in B tier because he's not at Bottas and Hülkenberg level. He's good, but not there. I mean, his car didn't have damage, but it was kind of anonymous from this guy. He even put a very fancy move on Oscar Piastri, right? I think on the penultimate corner, what do you call this? Casio triangle? At the Casio triangle, he pulled out a move. I know I said that there's a lot of overtakes happening there, but I forgot that's where that was in the older cars, when the cars were less, truck-like, less large. So when the cars are like smaller and nicer to drive, according to some drivers, like lighter and everything, then you could overtake on that corner, but now you don't. So my bad on that track walk as well. So yeah, George Russell goes here. He was the better of the Mercedes drivers. And Fernando Alonso, I think I'll put him in S tier. The thing is, I don't know if I should even put him on the S tier or if that car is actually good and he's doing a normal drive and Lance Stroll is just making Fernando Alonso look really good. It's like, I give you a chocolate ice cream and a vanilla ice cream, and I'm like, which one do you want? And then you're like, they're both kind of good, but I like chocolate more, so I'll pick this. But then if I give you chocolate ice cream with sprinkles on, and on the other side I give you like a vanilla ice cream, no, on the other side I just give you a plain chocolate ice cream, you might go like, the chocolate ice cream is nicer. But if I comparing Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso is like taking a nice, very good looking chocolate ice cream that's decorated very beautifully, and the other one is an ice cream cone with a turd on it. Like you take some cow dung, slap it on top of it, and you're like, which one of the two do you prefer? So yeah, obviously even a crappy normal ice cream, an empty ice cream cone looks more attractive than this. So that's why Lance Stroll makes Fernando Alonso look way better than he is, or he's really good and he's out driving the car. You can never know because his teammate is not a good benchmark to compare him with. So I put him in the top of the A tier. I shouldn't put him with Yuki, because Yuki was on a league of his own. So then Lando Norris, I'll put him solid A tier drive. His race was ruined by McLaren strategy. I mean, Ferrari fired their strategists. Did they go to like Mercedes or McLaren or both? I have no idea. This is so irritating. And number 4, Charles Leclerc. I'll put him also in A tier. Or do I put him in B tier? No, I think he should be in A tier, maybe S tier. That tire management from him was amazing. The first stint, medium tires, he took it longer than Mercedes took their hard tires. So great drive from him. Not as good as Yuki, but an S tier drive. And Carlos Sainz had the better strategy advantage. I'll put him in A. He wasn't a tire whisperer like Charles. I know he finished above Charles, but I would give it to Charles for driving. Like, he had a better drive. He was just let down by strategy. So Checo Perez, second place, A tier drive, high A tier, because he did what he has to do. Didn't do anything stupid, and he didn't do anything too spectacular to get an S tier drive. Max Verstappen, I'll put him on top. He just did his part, did not let Red Bull down. So yeah, that wraps up my tier list for this week. So I will catch you up soon in a couple of days. I'm already starting on the edit for the Chinese Grand Prix introduction video. So yeah, I will see you guys there then. Oh my god, my language has gone down to the dogs. I'll talk to you guys in a couple of days then. Bye, have a great weekend. Cheers.